Well, I like the location. I like the house. Looks like an inspection port there for the drain field. I can't tell if there's a mound here. Don't know if this is a mound system. I did know that the breaker box had something about a septic pump. I'm quite sure that the drain field is higher than the septic tank, so they will have some kind of a pump to run the effluent up, up here. I don't think that qualifies as an alternative system. That's good because the maintenance is less expensive. A roof looks okay from here. The shingled part does. I don't really have a good look at the torch down section of the roof. I don't love post and pier, but largely because the little critters get underneath. Not, they don't do a lot of damage except to insulation if there is any underneath the, the rats like to burrow into it. That's really the only downside. A little bit of issue with the siding. I'm sure you noticed while you were up here. Carport's a nice touch. Get your wheels out of the rain. Kind of hoping for some sort of washing facilities. We have a water heater here, and of course you've been in the shed. Kitchen is nicely sorted, nice and clean. Looks like it may have been recently updated. The business cards indicate how much interest. I know almost all the agents here, there are 2 cards from one agent sort of indicate somebody who came back for a second visit, all the way from Linwood. We do have a 200 amp service, certainly capable of handling a washer and dryer. It's hot in here, by the way. Solar gain, I guess. The sunlight streaming in the windows, and indicates we have some insulation. I would be curious, of course, for wintertime use, about how much insulation is in the roof. I did indeed notice that we have a drop off here on the floor. You mentioned it. The wood stove is a kind of a nice touch if you're willing to do the work. See if I can make the light work there. Trees are weeds here on Woodby Island in the Northwest. In fact, the wood's not free because somebody has to chop it up. But essentially, if you have a chainsaw and axe, you're willing to do some work, you can get your firewood for free. Notice one kind of a interesting facet here. Simply that we have water, which means suggests that somebody was thinking about maybe a washer dryer at one time. I think you could actually get a stackable in here. Don't know how you'd run the vent. I think we're relatively far from an outside wall. Now that's about all I have for you. Given the view and in the very nice neighborhood, I would say that you're right in there for value. I think it's pretty good value. I would be concerned about cost of heating.